Akira.
Okay, let's read chapter 64 of Akira. When we finish chapter 63, Tetsuo seemed to have thrown away his pills and seemed to be doing better. And that's how the chapter had wrapped up. Other things were underway. But let's go with chapter 64 here now. All right, we're switching scenes from there back to Ryu and this guy, the spy. Okay, seeing some scenes, maybe some dark weather coming. This is Ryu. どうしたんだよ? あいつらを追うんじゃなかったのか? How did? So what happened? What's wrong? Those guys chasing, it wasn't that? So you weren't going to go chase those guys? Chase or follow, to go after. So they were watching, who were they watching? I can't remember who they were watching. Oh, they were watching Tetsuo and looking across the water, I think. So when he says Aitsura, those guys. Yatsura ga mukatta no wa higashi. Mokuteki wa Miyako-sama da. Oh, they were watching the dude with the hair and rally the troops with the guns. So that's what they were talking. Those guys, as for like where they were headed, it's east. As for the aim, as for the objective, it's Lady Miyako. Yeah. So mukatta no wa. Mukao means to go to the other side or to go towards. So as for the thing that they were going towards, it's east. Anyway, it's Miyako. Daga soreyori kono kikai o nogashitaku wa nai. But, so they're headed to Lady Miyako, but more than that, this chance, this opportunity as for wanting to let escape, not existing. I don't want to lose this opportunity. I don't want to lose this chance. Akira no tokoro ni ikou te no ka? So this is Ryu asking, towards the location of Akira going, talking about that. So are you saying trying to go to where Akira is? When he says his kikai, his opportunity chance. Sono tame ni kitan da. For that purpose came. That's why I came here. Okay, so there we go. So he's going to use this opportunity to go after Akira with everyone gone. Oh, that's an interesting building. そりゃ確かに取り巻きの連中はいないだろうが. Okay, so as for that, certainly getting wrapped up in group, as for that not existing, right? Torimaki is just to Torimaku. No, to circle, to enclose. Okay, Ryu is saying, as for that, certainly, as for a group or colleagues of circling or enclosing, they don't exist. Right, but Akira ga kikken na koto ni kawari wa naiんだぜ. Akira towards a dangerous event, as for changing, not existing. So that doesn't change that. It doesn't change that Akira is like a dangerous thing, a dangerous situation. So what he means by this, certainly the circling and closing group doesn't exist. He's talking about all those guys that just went off to the east to attack Miyako. That's what he's saying. Like, yeah, sure, all those guys certainly aren't existing. They're not here, but Akira is a dangerous thing. That doesn't change anything. Okay, that makes sense. その危険の度合いを知りたいんだ。度合い? Degree or extent. Yeah. Okay. Wanting to know the degree or extent of that danger. So he's saying, like, I want to be familiar with this. I want to get to know how dangerous that is. Oh gosh. Monogoto. Monogotoを知らないやつは勇気があって何もしぜ。Okay, basically, as for guys that aren't familiar with things, courage existing something, whatever this is. Oops. Oh, urayamashi. Envious. So, as for guys not familiar with, like, I guess in this sense, monogoto means just the way things are. And having courage, it's enviousness. So Ryu is saying, like, I'm envious of guys that don't know how things really are and they can have courage. In other words, like, you're crazy. Iyanara yamero. If it's no good, stop. So this is the spy dude saying basically, like, well, if you don't like it, then, like, you don't have to come. Stop. Ore no koto wa shinpai shinai de kure. As for me, worrying, don't do. Do the favor of not worrying about me. Nigeru toki wa anta no mae o hashitteru kara. As for the time for running away, in front of you we'll be running. That's why. So don't worry about me, because when the time comes to run, I'll be running ahead of you. Anta no mae o hashitteru kara. Okay. All right. Okay, we're switching scenes back to Tetsuo. He appears to be back to not feeling too well. Grabbing his head. Looks like he's those are either veins or lots of sweat or both, I think. Are wa tashika Tetsuo tokau. As for that, certainly Tetsuo or whatever called. So certainly that's the guy named Tetsuo or whatever, right? Ah, yes. Ano gaki ga Akira no iwaba. Nani nani te tokoro da na. Okay. So that brat is Akira's iwaba. Iwaba. I guess. Oh, the so-called. We just saw this word, but I am blanking on it. Sanbo, staff officer. Sanbo te tokoro da na. So again, that brat is Akira's so-called staff officer, that it's like being in that place or that position. Aetsu to wa fushigi na fuchi ga atte na. As for with that guy, a mysterious line, fate exists. So, fuchi, maybe that's not fuchi. It's supposed to be like connection. So we don't want fuchi. Maybe there's another reading for this. It could be fate, destiny. I think we want yukari. Fushigi na yukari ga atte na. Again, as for with that guy, a mysterious like yukari, affinity, connection exists. Meaning like Akira and Tetsuo have some sort of strange connection. I also, one time, talking, like, wanted to do. Like, I wanted to talk with him one more time as well. Or just wanted to talk with him one time. Okay. Yahari rei no chikara o motteru no ka? As expected, aforementioned strength possessing, question mark. So, as one would expect, talking about Tetsuo, he is possessing the aforementioned power. Like the power that we've talked about. Rashi, so I hear. Mita koto wa nai ga na. As for the event of seeing not existing, but I haven't seen it. So I hear, but I haven't seen it. Okay. Still in a lot of pain. Wah! God. Ah! Okay, so it looks like he smacks his head pretty hard here, but he still screams out more in pain, and then he's just gone. You can see a little bit of like a shine around here. Ah! Doshita? Nani na koe dashite. Okay. So what happened? How did Soljun? It's like Junkyu. No, it's not Junkyu. Okay. Oh, that's not what I thought it meant. Okay. Let's go back to So. There it is. Sutonkyo. Sutonkyo. Which is wild, in disarray, harem-scarum, hysteric. So, yeah. So what happened? Like a hysterical voice put out. Like you cried out in a hysterical voice. So his kieta vanished. Okay, so this is the first time he's seen that happen. So he's thoroughly shocked. Oh, okay. And then there's some sort of big splash out in the water. Huh? Nanda? What is it? Oh, okay. There's Tetsuo above the waters here. Wow, lots of violent eruption of the water. Okay. More water moving. Wow! Okay. All right. The other psychics are sensing this. There's Miyako, Masaru, and Kyoko. Remember, Kyoko is with Chiyoko and the Colonel. Kigatsuita no ka? Kigatsuita. Basically, like, to come to consciousness. Kigatsuku. Yeah. To notice, to become aware, but really in this case, it's to become conscious, to recover consciousness. Question mark? Oh. Okay, she's just in like silent pain here. Watashi da. Watashi ga wakaru ka, Kyoko? It's me. Me understanding? Like, do you remember me? Do you know who I am? Kyoko. How's the Colonel keeping his haircut like this? Nani to ittanda? Oi, Kyoko. What? What said? What did you say? Hey, Kyoko. ... All right. So remember, in the same facility as this professor, or the scientist, who actually wanted to try to kill Kyoko. Miyako? Ano Miyako no tokoro e? So this is presumably the Colonel's voice from the other room, and he's hearing this. And so the Colonel is saying, Miyako? Towards the place of that Miyako? So Kyoko must be warning them that all the bad guys, or all the patriots of the new Tokyo Empire are headed that way. Go. So there's Miyako's temple. There's that guy. Did we ever get a name of that guy? Okay. You can see the wind is picking up. Those dark clouds we saw earlier may be coming in. Yeah. So he's sheltering his hand against the wind. Yosh, ikuzo! All right, let's go. So he's got his horde of soldiers behind him. And remember, there's like a refugee camp surrounding the temple. That's what all the tents are. Okay, we're switching back. There's the Colonel. Ano gaki ishiki ga morotta no ka? That brat, consciousness returned. So he's asking about Kyoko, saying that brat, Kyoko, she regained consciousness, question mark. He just kind of glares at him. Remember, we saw the whole thing about the cigarettes. Last chapter, last two. Tanondeta rei no mono wa? Requested previous thing as for. So what about the thing I asked you about earlier? Dekiteru yo. It's finished. It's done. Gosa wa? Is this as for the error correction? Is it the satellite? Gosa, yeah. As for the calculation error. Gosa wa? As for the calculation error. So if I'm guessing correctly, remember at the end of the second book, not the third book. No, it's the second book. When they were firing the satellite on Tetsuo, they were doing it from the underground facility where Akira was, but because they were like patching into the satellite, it wasn't as accurate, or so was the claim. So that I think he's asking about that. スケール最大、何々で。Okay. So the scale magnification, or the maximum scale, memory? Memory, yeah. Scale gradations. So this is memory. So the gradations, the maximum gradations of the scale, プラスマイナス5、6 is plus or minus 5 or 6. 10メートル以内では危険ってことだな。Okay. So again, the gradations, the maximum scale gradations are plus or minus 5 or 6. 10 meters within, as for with that, 危険ってこと. It's a dangerous thing. So what he's saying is like the accuracy or whatever the satellite weapon is about plus or minus 5 or 6 meters. So it's a dangerous thing if you're within 10 meters. That would be like 5 on each side. So that's a pretty wide swath. But anyway, だいたい小さすぎるんだよ. Generally, it's too small. Generally, it's too small, you know? あの大きさで精度を要求する方が無茶だ. With that largeness, the 精度, the precision or accuracy, 要求する, demanding direction is crazy. Okay. At that largeness, it's crazy to be demanding precision or accuracy. Okay, that kind of makes sense. もう少し大きく作れば小石にだって当てられるのに。A little bit more, bigger if make, talking about onto a pebble, a koishi. Yeah. Even though being able to strike. I'm trying to figure out really what he's trying to say here. I mean, the words all make sense, but I don't get the meaning. あの大きさに勝算があるんだ. Towards that largeness, like chances of victory exist. 勝算? Or calculations of victory? Yeah, prospects of victory, chances of success. So with that largeness, what I'm not getting is, with that largeness, like we have a chance at victory. Chances of victory exist. But he says here, generally it's too small, which is what I don't get. The scale, the gradation with the maximum scale is plus or minus 5 or 6 meters. As for within 10 meters, it's a dangerous event, you know? Like it's dangerous to be within 10 meters. Generally, it's too small. With that largeness, like with how big it is, but he's saying it's too small. With how big it is, it's crazy to be demanding precision a little bit more bigger if make, even though being able to strike onto like a pebble. That's what I don't get. If it were bigger, even though I'd be able to strike a pebble. But a pebble is really small, so I'm not quite getting there's something here that I'm not just getting about how they're describing the error and the targeting and the precision. But either way, it sounds like it's matching what the kernel wants. So we'll just kind of go with that. Sugu ni tsukau no ka? Soon will use. Are you going to use it soon? Kyoko o hoka ni utsusu no de na. Okay. Kyoko o hoka ni utsusu no de na. Through moving to another place, Kyoko. He's talking about moving Kyoko to a different place, I guess. Oh, all right. So we don't get one of these Senjafida style panels very often in this series. We got these all the time in Galaxy Express. But here we go. There's presumably this is back to Tetsuo above the water. Some lightning striking. Ooh. The water roiling. Kochi ni chizuite kuru zo. Towards this direction approaching. It's coming this way. Okay, there's another bolt. It looks like it hits pretty close. Wah! Do, 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 do. All right. Not clear exactly where they were, but more eruptions of the water here. Ooh. Do, 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 do. Za, 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 za. Water pouring over. So that's the two guys there. So this big wave, they're either up here. They must have been up there. Maybe. Anyway. So water's crashing over, rushing off. Coming back off. Za, into the water. Yeah. Ah, okay. Huh? So there they are. That's Ryu and the spy. And here's Tetsuo coming out as the water continues to flow back down. Ah! Tetsuo! 向こうに船がいっぱい止まってる. In that direction, boats, lots of them are lodging. So there's a lot of boats hanging out over there. Arewa, as for those things, anta no nakama nandaro, your friends, they are, aren't they? So yes, Ryu had sussed out that this guy was part of the likely American Navy fleet that's hanging off the coast. Une, boats. Kisama, naze sore o? You bastard. That thing, why? Or why that thing? Like, how do you know that? Daiho ya misaru ga minna kochi o muite ita ze. Big cannons and missiles and things like that, all of them to this direction facing. So missiles and big cannons, all of them are facing in this direction. Yamero, stop. Omae wa ittai. As for you, the hell. So this is just an intensifier, implied like itai nanimono da or itai nanda. As like, what the hell are you? Who the hell are you? But probably more like, what the hell? What are you? Akira o koroshi ni kitan daro. Akira came to kill, right? You came to kill Akira, didn't you? Nani? What? I don't know why. I'm presuming the Nani is coming. Well, I don't know. Who would be saying Nani here? Because, like, they're surprised he knows this. The thing that's funny to me here is Ryu looks really shocked. Like, he knew this. Ha 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 ha. Okay, some sort of like lightning bolt or strike here. Wah! All right. Oh boy. Okay. So there's the lightning coming down. And like more lightning. They're both looking up at whatever's happening up here in the clouds. Lightning striking this building. Zoo, 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 zoo. Okay. They're sweating. Go, 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 go. Ooh! I guess the wind is picking up. We just get Tetsuo laughing. Ha, 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 ha. There you go. And we're switching scenes. All right. We're now over at Lady Miyako's temple. So, Omae de wa wakaran. Miyako o dase. Okay. As for with you not understanding, like bring out Miyako. I guess this is like, do you not understand? This is likely this guy yelling this. Do you not understand? Bring out Miyako. Soda Miyako o dase. Dase! So that's right. It is that way. Bring out Miyako. Bring her out. Miyako-sama wa nanso chu donata ni mo oai ni wa narimasen. Okay, as for Lady Miyako, she's in the middle of like meditation. Something Zol. I think we've seen this before, but I don't remember. Mazel meditation. Mazel chu. So as for Lady Miyako, she's meditating right now. She's in the middle of meditation. Even by anyone, as for meeting will not become. So she will not be seeing anyone right now. Gaki to onna ga iru hazu da. Hiki watase. Brat and woman existing ought to be. Hand them over. So there ought to be a woman and a brat. So she's talking about Kei and Masaru. Gaki to onna. And then hiki watase. Hiki, pull and pass. Pull and pass them. Hiki watasu. Yeah. Extradite them. Hand them over. Deliver them. These are all very blunt orders. Dase, hiki watase. This guy's being very polite, right? Oai ni wa narimasen. Yatsura wa oaga doho o setsugai shita hannin da ze. Okay, as for those guys, our group did killing their criminals. Okay, so our Dohol. Dohol is like comrades, countrymen, fellow compatriots. Setsugai? Yeah, killing, murder, did, again, hanin, their criminals. Oh, actually, it's not hanin. It's zainin? Zainin. Yeah, they're criminals, sinners. Zainin dazo. それをあえて、それをあえてかくまうというのだ。Ooh. That thing, aete, is like at least. Aete kaku? Kakumao? To shelter. I don't know if the aete is supposed to be this to dare to do something. Like you're daring to be harboring, saying if that's the case. So, like if that's the case, I'm saying that you're daring to harbor them, those things, those guys, something along those lines. You're sheltering, hiding, shielding those guys. Moshiwake gozaimasen ga. So I'm sorry, but there's no excuse, but Pachi. So he snaps his fingers. Oh boy. This guy looks really surprised for having just shot. But whatever. This guy's dead. R.I.P. That's either the sound of his body dropping down the stairs or him stepping up. I think it's the body sliding down. Doke. Move. And you can see here, it's the Great Tokyo Empire, the Dai Tokyo Teikoku. Okay, guess what? That is the end of chapter 64. So they are on the move. We will see what's going to happen next time. Who knows what's happening with Tetsuo and the other things. Will they get the satellite back up? What's all going to happen? We'll find out at some point. But next time we'll read chapter 65.